Hey everyone, welcome to Kio'sEmpire tutorials. If you're new here, you're welcome. So in today's video, I'll be teaching you how to stretch a wig properly without damaging it. First of all, this is a T-pin, and this is a hair clips using to hold to section the hair properly. And this is the next is a heat protectant. This is a heat protectant used to protect the hair strands. And this is a serum. We use just a little amount of it to make the hair shine. And this is a wax stick. This is a stretcher. And also this is our hot comb, and that's our active comb. So first of all, you secure the edges of the hair with your T-pins, the both sides of the hair with your T-pins, so it won't go off. Your cap won't go off while you are stretching your hair. It won't go off while you are stretching your hair. I'm using the T-pins to hold the cap firmly on the mannequin head. Make sure it's tight enough so the wig doesn't go off while you're walking. That way you can stretch comfortably without the wig slipping off. So the next is I'll be sectioning the hair into two large parts. I'll section the hair into two large parts, one on the left and the other on the right. And I'm using my clip to hold each side in place. This helps you work neatly and avoid tangling. When you're stretching. One thing you should know that whenever you're stretching, organization matters a lot. Now that I've divided it, I'll take a smaller section, about 3 lines from the first side, and start working with it. I took a smaller section about 3 lines and start working with it. Before applying any heat, always make sure to protect your hair. I'm spraying my heat protectant evenly on the section I just parted. Make sure every strand is lightly covered, not soaked. The goal is to create a protective layer between the heat and the hair fibers. Once that's done, I'll gently comb through I gently combed through before you apply heat. I gently comb through with my ratty comb to distribute the product. Now that my stretcher is heated up to 230 degrees, I'll start stretching. And you hold the hair firmly from the roots, then slowly glide the stretcher down to the end. Don't rush. You stretch, you take your time and let the heat do the work. You understand? You take your time and let the heat do the work. You do that, you move in a smooth and steady motion. While you're stretching, you notice that the texture begins to relax and shine instantly. You understand? And note, if your wig starts steaming lightly, that's fine, just the heat protectant activating. You understand? The heat protectant activating. So you stretch evenly, you move in a smooth and steady motion. Don't rush. You stretch, you're not fighting with the hair. You just stretch. While you stretch, you comb. You just keep stretching. Remember, this my stretcher I on and make sure it heated up to 230 degrees Celsius, and that's it. After finishing the lines, the first 3 lines, I'll take another 2 lines. See, that's the first line. That's the first line, and you can actually take 1. You can actually take 2. Just depends on how the hair was wigged. You can actually take 1, take 2. It just depends on how the hair was wigged. But in this case, I took 1, and because the wigging isn't that as close as it's supposed to be, I just took 1, and then you section the hair evenly. You make sure it's well sectioned so it won't disturb you while you are stretching. So it will not disturb you while you are stretching. So then after that you begin to stretch. You stretch, you don't rush, you just stretch in a slow and move in a smooth and steady motion. You understand? Always stretch small sections at a time. That gives you a more even result. You don't stretch and you pack everything once and you want to stretch. No. Really stretch small sections. You cut a little and you stretch. You cut a bit, just like the way I'm cutting. You don't cut everything at once. You cut a little and you stretch to give you a more silky and an even result. That's it. Then after finishing that line, you take another 2 lines. You just repeat the same process. Repeat the same process. That's the first line and that's the second line. There are 2 lines, 1, 2, 1, 2. You say that's the first line, and then you section it 2. With this process, with these steps, you see you get an even result. You see your hair, after stretching your hair, it becomes silky and nice and ready to wear. I'm telling you, I'm ready to wear. Just follow these steps and you see that it will give you a good result. To give you a good result, you spray the heat protectant, and then you comb through and then stretch from the roots. Come through with your rat tail comb and you stretch from the roots, okay? You stretch from the roots. And also don't forget, if you see any frizzy areas, like any place you see and you feel that you didn't stretch that place area, always go back. Always go over them once more. But don't overheat the hair. Don't overheat the hair, because when it's been overheated, you might, you will spoil the strands of your hair. You damage the strands of your hair. So when you notice that a spot or a section you collected isn't well stretched, you go over it again. But don't overheat the hair. Like I said, you stretch from the root to tip. You stretch from the root to tip. You can see there's a difference from how it is now and how it was when we started. You just do the same thing. You take 2 lines, same process. You apply your heat protectant and you stretch from the tip, from the roots down to the tip. See, 2 lines, 1, 2. you make sure you secure the remaining part, the part that is being sectioned. You secure it very well so it won't disturb you while you are stretching. So it will not disturb you while. Always make sure of that. That is why you say these clips are very, 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 very important. Very, very important. Very, very, very important. You apply your heat protectant. So guys, I couldn't post the whole tutorial because it's too long, so I had to section into 2 parts, and this is the part 1. So once you're done watching, go back to the part 2 and see what the finishing looks like. Thank you for watching.